And he also was the one that wrote the chart as well, too.
Yeah, we were saying earlier, if a chart that you wrote comes up in the draw, you should be required to play it, I think. Not actually, but it seems like JJK has taken that to heart as he's played it in every time it's come up.
Yeah. What's interesting to me is he actually does the turns legitimately. Even the ones that are very, the ones that will probably turn your body fully vertically, not horizontally. Most players would just double step it.
I think there's no greater expression of understanding a chart than writing it yourself.
Yep. All right, they're about to start the countdown.
So we are in the grand final. It's Paranoia Boys, the man who trailblazed his way through winners to the winners.
They're doing some introductions to hype up the grand finals. No, he should sit on the other side.
It's not over until it's over. Man went down, but he was not out. He fought his way through the losers final, and now he's here.
Getting the revenge match against McCloudchick to get into grand finals. So as y'all know, with this format,
We talked
JJK
about the early
wins.
reset.
Okay.
So
Yep.
I think we're all good on context and format. So let's get
Song
into
1 of grand finals.
Ritamino.
It's one
What
of the
a-
trickier 24s in the 24 pool.
what a good hype man that Corey Doe has turned out to be. Okay, we're about a whole measure off sync, so don't pay too much attention to the score comparison on this song.
Some early crossovers in the song.
Yeah, for me, some of the hardest parts of this song is the roll or the run for switches with the mines around them. Really easy to miss either the roll or hit a mine.
And there's a pattern here. If you double step it, there's a, I think, left, down, left that comes up suddenly. Or did I already miss it?
There is a pattern just before that you have to start in the crossover position.
Yep, in order to get it correctly. And JJK picked up it early.
Yeah, it's very hard to tell if either player is ahead of the other. Tony is maintaining that yellow perfect combo. Not really picking up very many. Only seeing a couple.
And look at them both doing the turns. I see a high 99 there for Tony. About 400-point difference.
Tony takes game 1.
So Tony taking down JJK on
one
JJK's
perfect
own
difference.
pick.
Make that the stream. The whole stream.
All right, what do we think Paranoia Boy is going to select with the second song? My prediction is probably 403.
It would be very interesting to see 403. It's been vetoed or redrawn in all cases. It's come up so far this tournament.
Except in MK and Isa's match.
Ah, so it did show up.
And yes, JJK is wearing fit kicks. I just saw the chat about that. Is it a pop-out chat mode or something like that?
There it is.
And then I would do theater mode.
Trying to get dark.
Yep. Cool, thank you.
All right, looks like we're going to the other side.
Ooh, that was the other one I was talking about earlier that Tony might have 99. Don't got my phone to check the stats right now. But yeah, the last song, they had one difference in perfect count. It was just the late and the early that did JJK in.
Yep, McCloudchick, we got you covered on stream.
Yeah, Jared, he has played it every single time it's come up in matches.
Except on my match.
Steps versus Jelly Slosh.
I wanted him to pick it so the tiebreaker could have been Melancholy Vision versus Space Boy, but I didn't win Fly the Bumblebee, so didn't have to worry about that.
So we get to see JJK play this chart again, this the other side.
Yep, just played in Losers Final against McCloudchick. And it looks like Decorido asked everyone in the venue to count down together to start the matches.
Wow. We'll see how that works.
Are you ready? 3, 2, 1, go!
Pump.
This is one of the newer songs that came out recently. Very technical chart.
Yeah, this is like a really hard 25, not necessarily because of the notes, but because of all the stops and everything.
A lot of very tricky rhythms in it, too.
Especially these early stops that have silence and then pick up right out of the stop with the stream.
I believe on those, if you step 2 12th notes, then it matches up with the next note.
JJK nailing that
timing
after
on
that stop.
Oh, but picks up a miss, a stray miss there.
Misses one of those center brackets.
We got a couple of brackets there as well. And then we got some teal notes here coming up.
We were told that JJK changed his shoes, but it looks like he might just have 2 pairs of the Skinners.
Fit kicks. He plays in fit kicks. No? Skinners?
Yeah, Skinners.
He told me fit kicks at his house. We'll ask him later. From this point on, the gimmicks are a lot more predictable.
I currently believe, looking at the score in the pause, Paranoia Boy is very slightly in the lead.
No, he plays in Skinners. It has the like rubbery sole, like the
This is really
rough,
close.
rubbery
About 1,000
bottom.
Nice 5-star by Tony there.
I believe that's approximately a little under 800 points off.
Tony up 2-0. All right, what is JJK going to pick for the third song?
There's
Hey,
always
Landon,
a good
what
chance
up?
of Do You Love Me? Seems to
Yeah, it was
be
a
a
good
favorite
time.
for his, but
That's one of the songs that existed back when he was very active in the game, so he knows it pretty well.
Do You Love Me? I believe Telperion wrote that one on full mode. It's just super well written, flows really well.
It has a lot of good SMX specific tech in it as well.
Yes, a lot of the patterns with the center panel.
I also believe that We're Going Fast is a pretty solid pick as well, too. Oh, just as we predicted, Do You Love Me? The second chorus is a little deceptively tricky, too.
The way this chart's written to where at the begin, at least at the beginning section where it has like the blue-yellow part, it's written to where you can go step the red note right after it and still not have to double step out of it.
Yep.
It's written perfectly to do that.
Yep. Omid recently released a video for completing the musical phrases. This one is a very good example of that.
That's exactly, yes, that's exactly applicable.
And this was featured in the first ITG as well, I believe. That one only had 4 rolls. Everyone just mashing on that roll.
This part right here where it just goes blue, yellow, and then there's a space afterwards. You can still do a ghost step and not mess up the next pattern. You just have to know when to stop. And that's when the red notes start showing up.
He said red note. This part's really well charted where it makes you do a slight turn to the next note to do the next transition to the other pad. Nothing that swings you really hard.
Yeah, the body momentum is very well considered for this, the way this chart is written.
Scores are exceptionally close so far. Both players holding on to a very steady gold combo throughout the entirety of the song, approaching the last quarter.
Got a long run coming up, I believe. Both players maintain a yellow combo here.
Yeah, pretty well synced, so that score comparison is pretty accurate.
Got quite the stretchy boy there on those last ones. 996. Oh, about
JJK
50
takes it.
points? 60 off?
Wow.
67 points off.
Less than 100
Oh,
points.
same perfect
Wow,
count.
we
too.
have a-
Perfect count.
We have an EX score tie,
11-11.
11-11. And JJK
On the board.
just very slightly
His
more
level's 11
accurate.
is 11.
So for anyone that's wondering what the heck, why isn't that not a tie? There are hidden sub-windows of the yellow perfect. There's actually 7 different ones that give you more or fewer points depending on how close it was to the white perfect.
Yeah, for anyone that plays StepManiaX enthusiastically, they understand the mechanic of the game. It rewards you for having better accuracy overall by looking at how close your yellows are relative to the line in the middle on the timing graph. It's hard to see on the stream just because it's very tiny right now.
If you're interested in seeing a larger version of the graph, you can always go to the score in the score tracker. It's very recent in the feed. You can open the shareable link, and you can enlarge the image there if you wish to see the graph.
I believe we're on Paranoia Boy's next selection here.
So that link for Janice there.
There it is, 403.
Check
It's
that
time.
link out. You can see the different score values possible.
Yeah, a lot of the players like us, we play with we know each other's preferences and strengths and weaknesses.
So good old 403 full has 2 major things I'm aware of that typically trip players up. There's this one awkward stop near the beginning, and there is one very challenging extended run.
I would say the 12th notes are pretty tricky in this one too. If
Yeah.
you do them legitimately, you're swinging a
But I was going
lot.
to say, I believe the run with 16ths leads into a 12th segment, so it's one very long run with different parts to it.
And then the final run as well too with the ambiguous double step. Yeah, most players will triple step the 12th note section coming up. But even the beginning has some little pivots as well too that require one of your feet to go behind you.
Those kinds of turns can be very uncomfortable. We saw that done in Melancholy Vision earlier, where you have to swing your foot behind and cross under in different ways. There are lots of very challenging patterns here.
Early Scooby right there into a drill. And then this pattern coming over here with the back foot. And then right before the stop, there's a part where you jump, and then you have to jump on the right side up and down. If you're reading a high scroll speed, you might miss that. Coming up right here. See, JJK just got late on it because he wasn't
gets
prepared
late,
for it.
and he gets tripped up by the stop. That Paranoia Boy, though, still in good shape after all that.
And then I see Paranoia is actually doing the turns on the pad transitions properly too, instead of double stepping them. Alright, coming up we have the 16ths into the 12th notes as you mentioned earlier.
Little gallop, cheeky little run, some 12ths. Ooh, look at those turns.
Oh, look at Paranoia Boy go with those turns.
Wow.
And in addition to this double step, there's a double whip turn in this section. Wow. A Quinn Star on 403 in tournament is just
Impressive.
incredible.
I'm now curious to see how that compares globally.
So that's a 98303.
Wow.
That's
What
just-
a great score.
That's just insane. Is that a very comfortable chart to play?
No, and we pretty much assume...
Oh, that's his personal best.
That's his personal best, and that's 5th in the world. He is pretty much effectively tied with Anna 533, who has only 2 points higher, and follows behind Steve Snowman, Water Salads, and Udai.
Take a look at how old Anna 533 score is. Pretty old.
That's from
that's
July
pretty recent.
18th.
It's pretty recent. But yeah, him and Akudo had pretty good scores that were well over a year old at one point.
Yes, Akuda
right.
score is from November 4th, 2021,
the
approaching
97.
2 years old.
Got night moves again.
Oh, he's got
We,
those
we
night
predicted
moves.
night moves. We've predicted set almost perfectly.
This is the one that JJK just played
So has a little bit of familiarity there.
previously.
Night moves are relatively straightforward. 24, a lot of very comfortable streams in it. Very good. If you're good at streaming, it's a very good one to as an entry level 24.
Yes, our prior observation is there's not a whole lot in the way of like middle pad type behaviors where you're doing things on both pads very quickly. You sort of do some streams on one side, you have a little transition to the other side.
Yeah,
It
it's
was
almost
Ward's
like
observation from
like-
earlier.
chopped up wild charts kind of glued together with a small transition in between.
The wild chart for this, the 20, is significantly different than the full. Yeah, just broken up stream. The things to watch out for are the hands in this chart, especially the last one being a double
The last
on the
one's
left and right.
a pretty
Yeah.
nasty jump.
JJK missing one of the hands in his previous play.
We'll be prepared for it now. And I think this starts on the player one side. Yep. Because I have to always restart it at home whenever I play it. Oh,
JJK picks
an
up an early miss.
But anything can happen. Always play it to the end. Ironically, me saying that.
And Tony maintaining his white gold combo. We have seen him get one ATC so far. I believe it was in a warm-up though.
Yes. This one just feels really good to play. This one's very similar to Spin Chicken as well. Alright, coming up to the break. With the freeze into the hand.
On that note, I do believe Spin Chicken's a little bit slower BPM-wise.
I think so. Both players perfectly executing the hand section by stepping on the note and getting back into the freeze. Double crossover, well executed by both players.
Alright, we're approaching the final hand, as you had outlined.
Beautiful by Tony. Was that one?
Might have been one.
Was that one perfect?
Might have been two.
Two. Wow, what a way to end the tournament. Let me get to the award ceremony.
Alright. So now that two perfect, Paranoia Boy is your Red October 2023 full invitational champion.
Winning both full and wild. Yeah, Tony just showing that the decades of hard work has paid off